Hey guys, the BMW doctor here. How are you guys doing? So today I'm working on the 528i from 2000, aka the E39. This is the 2.8 liter engine. This is my personal car. I've done a lot of work since I bought this car, and today we're gonna work on the ABS, automatic brake system. And the issue is, let me just show you. I have the dreaded ABS traction and brake lights. So here they are. They just pop up one day, and basically what's happening right now is the ABS system is not working. So if you see this, please don't ignore it. If it's slippery outside and you have an emergency stop, the ABS the ABS system will not work, and you may get in an accident. So if you see this, fix it as soon as possible. I know the expenses are going to be a little bit high, but you own a BMW, you should expect that. There is a number of things that could break. I have the M package, so that's an extra ponies there. So a number of things are potential of breaking. If you have the pre-facelift, basically anything pre-2001, from 97 to 2001 or late 96, they made their ABS systems pretty crappy, and the main thing that breaks is the module, so the ABS computer. We're gonna go over the steps of finding out if you have a bad ABS computer. The first thing to diagnose a bad computer is if you don't have these three lights right here. Three lights: ABS, brake, traction. If you don't, the traction is the triangle right there in the middle, if you're wondering. If you don't have these lights when you first start the car, meaning when it's cold, and then whenever the car gets to operating temperature and these lights pop up, then you definitely have a bad ABS module. Now, to fix that, you'll have to send your unit in. There's a couple of companies that do them. I do them as well. If you need your ABS module rebuilt, send me an email at bestbmwdoctor@gmail.com. Now, if you don't have these symptoms, then you probably have a bad speed sensor. To find out which one, you'll have to scan the car with a high-end scan tool or a scan tool that has the ABS function. If you have a vehicle that is pre-2001, pre-facelift or pre-2001, your diagnostic connector is not going to be this one. For those who try to scan it through this port, is not going to work. This port is for engine only. Everything else, airbag, transmission, ABS, all that jazz is going to be. Alright, so you're going to have to use this connector, which is the 32 pin connector, and it's located right here, and you'll have to have an adapter to plug into your scan tool which will have to have the ABS function for you to diagnose your ABS problem. So once you have that hooked up, have the max assist hooked up, we're gonna scan it and we'll find out what the problem is. Oh, one more thing. Your ABS module, which is that guy right there. See it? I have this heat insulation here, so basically what happened is the design was poor. They put this computer module really close to the exhaust, which is right there, and the exhaust basically damaged the circuit board. So in later models they fixed I think they put insulation inside of the computer and they fixed that whole issue. But on the earlier models, you have to rebuild them. This is a Bosch. If you have any other manufacturer, you're good, you don't need to rebuild it. But if you do, the way to find out, it's gonna say Bosch on it somewhere. I think right on top it will say that. But yeah, so I rebuilt mine. If you want yours rebuilt, just let me know. This video is to help you. You can save about $1,500 on this, because most of the mechanic will want to replace your module and recode it, which is very expensive. They're not ripping you off, it's just an expensive process. The computer alone is like $700. At the end of this video, please share, like, and subscribe, and I really appreciate you. So let's go ahead and do that. My car is already saved in the Max Assist. We're gonna go ahead and let's zoom you in so you can see what's happening. Alright, so the car is this guy right here. Like I said, if you have any ABS or transmission or airbag faults, you'll need to scan the car with the 20-pin diagnostic port. So we'll go to diagnostics, control unit, chassis, ABS, and then read codes. So I have two codes. One is a steering angle sensor not transmitting complete steering angle. The code is 67, and then I have a 20, which is the wheel speed sensor front right, transmits impulsive signals. Now, in some cases you can take this off, clean it off with some electrical cleaner, and then put it back in, and it may work. I've done this. It worked for a couple of months. Then when it started to rain, it started to give me those faults again. So I'm pretty sure sensor is done. I know the sensor is aftermarket on this car. You can get those pretty cheap. I suggest against them. But if you have to, you can get them. They work fine, but they break. Because basically what happens is, this is a BMW. The aftermarket ones, I'm assuming the magnet is wearing off, where it's not as powerful as it's supposed to be, and that's when problems happen. This is a BMW sensor, and you can tell by the end of it, it's got the BMW emblem. I'll put a link in the description for the sensor if you're facing that same issue. The front right and left are the same. The rear right and left are the same. Make sure you have the correct part number, because it will not work. It may work. You can pull it off a junkyard, but make sure it's the same part number, because the newer models will probably have, or a different model will probably have, a different part number. So now we have a front right, we know the code. Let's bring you guys over here. I've already taken the wheel off. If you don't know how to do that, I don't think you should do the job, but it's pretty simple. 17mm, and I use the impact. If you don't have an impact, you can use your wheel wrench. Straightforward. Now, for the ABS sensor. Okay guys, so for the ABS sensor, it's going to be right behind, like under there. So I'm going to go under the car and show you. I'm going to have my light on there. I'll definitely give you the best shot I can get. So you'll need a number 5 Allen wrench. I can use socket, whatever. I think on this car is not that bad. On the E90s, you have to use the bull and Allen wrenches because there's no clearance. But getting off topic here, so for this application we are going to use the 5mm Allen wrench. Take the old sensor off, put the new one back in. The OEM ones come with 2 bolts. If you buy aftermarket, it'll come with 1 bolt. I've gone through all this, so I'm giving you every piece of information to help you with this job. So I'm going to turn the wheel the other way, and so I can show you where the sensor is. But okay guys, so this is the back of the wheel, or the hub bearing, or the hub. This is the back of the hub. The front of the vehicle is this way, and that way is the back of the vehicle. The ABS sensor is this guy right here, and I believe it's a 5mm Allen key or Allen wrench. We're going to take it off, and I'll show you how to do that. Alright guys, so we have 5mm and a swivel extension, and we broke it loose. Now I'm going to take the extension off, the ratchet off. Okay, so you're going to take the ratchet off and just continue by hand. And take that Allen bolt. And if you are placing it with aftermarket, make sure you keep the old bolts, because you may need them when you finally realize that you made a mistake, like me. Okay, usually use a drill, but I guess I'm not this time. And then, sensor is right there. If you have 2 bolts, obviously take them both off. And then right now we're just going to pull on it. Okay, right there. This is your ABS sensor. And now we're going to go to the front. Okay, so the best way to do the job is to turn your steering wheel all the way to the right. Alright, so once you have the sensor off, the bolts are like where it sits. Now you just want to undo it from all the it's going to be one bracket here, and then you open this guy, which opens from this side. You see it from this side, you just pull. Okay, and now once you open that, you just pull the whole wire off, and now we have a push right here. You just push that in. Sometimes that breaks, that's normal. You just pull the wire off, and it comes right off. Now, let me get you closer. Now you're gonna hook up the new one or the replacement one, and then you just make sure it's seated, and you put it back where it belongs, and then you close it. Okay, now now you put this bracket right here. Mine doesn't stay very well, but I'll fix that. And then the other one right here. This is not very... Okay, that's in. Now you slide it to the back, put it where it belongs, put both these bolts on, and then I'm not going to show you that because obviously it's the same as removal. We'll replace the sensor. I'm going to go ahead and plug in the max assist again. Okay. I'll zoom you in. Okay, so hooked up the max assist. We'll replace the sensor. Now let's see if anything happened. Let me go ahead and put the key on. Pretty sure I put it on. Okay, so we just replaced it. Let's see if it works. And okay, let's reset it. Alright, so once you replace the sensor, go ahead and erase the codes, and you should be good to go. If you have any questions about this, please let me know in the comments below. Pretty straightforward job. You don't need to have any special tools, just a few tools. You have to know how to take your wheel off, stuff like that. If you guys like this video, please hit the share, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Keep in mind, I work on any kind of vehicles. I work on domestic, European, you name it, I work on it. We even work on motorcycles on this channel. So please subscribe. I don't work on Beamers only. And I'll see you guys next time. This is Ryan signing off.